Can someone please explain to me why all the white people want to be black and all the black people want to be white? Because it's starting to get out of hand, and let's talk about it. At least I think I know the explanation to that. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. We got a lot to chat about. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome in. If you are returning, hey, how you doing? I want to first say thank you so much to all of my new subscribers, new supporters. I see all of your comments, I see all of your likes, and I really appreciate everyone. We have made it to 500 subscribers, and I can't believe it. And you guys are just so awesome. You guys encourage me to just keep uploading videos. I saw all of your video suggestions and I am working on that. But we are back with another video. This is a video I've been working on for some time. For those new here, hi, my name is Ricky and welcome to Ricky Stars. This is where we like to talk about topics of engagement. And today's topic of engagement is, why do all the black people want to be white and all of the white people want to be black? So let's get into it. Feel free to subscribe, like, and comment if you like it here. Share with me your ideas. I've got my notes as always, they're right here. My notes to keep me on track, y'all. This was turning into an essay, but I'm going to try to keep it on track. So, the first part is I kind of have to introduce the performance of identity and what identity is. So, without you having to take like 6 semesters of classes like I did to learn about identity, um, let me give you like a brief explanation of identity. And I hope you guys did not hear my stomach growl. I promise I ate. I don't know what's wrong with it. But anyways, so identity are those things in which we find meaning in who we are in life. So racial identity, a lot of identities are social constructs, biological identities such as ethnicity and also the sex you were born as, female, male, intersex. Those identities are biological. There are social constructed identities such as gender, race, um, any other identity that's a social construct, religion. Sorry, I'm trying to like I'm trying to like get there. Some abilities, your sexuality, all of those are social constructs. And in a lot of these aspects, identity in itself can be a performance. You can perform identity. For example, if I am a female and I identify as a woman, my performance of womanhood might be that I wear makeup or I get my hair done or I'm more feminine woman, as well as someone who identifies as a woman but their performance of womanhood is more masculine. That doesn't negate the performance of womanhood, if that makes sense, in the performance of manhood. Everyone performs woman and manhood differently. And a lot of it, too, with that performance has to do with the social ideology of what it means to be that identity. And we're talking about race. So, what does it mean to be white? What does it mean to be black? What does it mean to be Hispanic, Latinx? What does it mean to be Asian? What are within Asia, Korean, Vietnamese, Chinese, Philippine, um, from the Philippines, all those different Bangladesh, all those different Asian countries. What does it mean to be that identity is largely constructed by societal expectations. And that is where we get into the performativity of blackness and whiteness and what that looks like. So when we talk about race, we're talking a lot about our phenotypes, so skin color, hair texture, um, some people will say like language, colloquialisms. That is how we identify race in the US specifically, because race is not real. It's a social construct. that was crafted to um, exemplify hegemonic power. And what's hegemonic power? So it's the social stratification of power, where you have one race on top, you have everybody else at the bottom. And in the US, unfortunately, the race that has been for a millennium on type is whiteness due to colonization. Whiteness, Eurocentricism is what remains dominant. So all other races are compared to that, contrasted to that, because whiteness is the the leading culture race in our Western societies. So, what does that mean? Okay, let me explain to you guys what encouraged me to make this video. So, I fell down a rabbit hole on TikTok. If you are not on the rabbit holes on TikToks, don't do it. Don't do it. You'll find yourself spending 2 hours scrolling and you're like, what did I even get into? And the rabbit hole I fell down was Donna Briggs. So, if you have not, Donna Briggs. The like I can't even impersonate it. She's just like, "Hi, this is Donna Briggs." Like she is like, this is a rabbit hole. So basically, who is Donna Briggs? Donna Briggs was this radio host. She also was a model. And she had her own television show at one point that I fell down that rabbit hole. And she was kind of like one of those 90s, early 2000s black it girl. Like she was everywhere. She was in the mix with everyone. Everyone knew who Donna Briggs was. And so all of a sudden, Donna Briggs pops up and she is now saying she is a white woman. She is not black. She is white. I'll put some pictures here. There's a picture on the thumbnail. I'll probably insert like a clip of her video because I kept watching her video back to back. And so there is like so many different like well, they're not conspiracy theories. There's theories about what happened to Donna Briggs. How did she come to like completely disassociate with blackness? And her idea, her head is that she's always been white, and back in the day she was tanning, and that is why. And she had to tan to be accepted into the circles that she was navigating in back then. So to Donna, she is being her true self right now. And her content is all about positivity. It's all about like, encouraging people to live their best selves, live in abundance. Like that's that's kind of like her vibe. That's what she's going for. And so, but then there was a lot of speculation that back in the day, Donna was saying some crazy stuff out there to try to, and I think she did this to try to completely disassociate it with Black identity because she is trying to fully embrace her identity as a white woman. And she had been saying stuff back in the day, if you check out her other interviews, that kind of preluded to the Donna that we see now. So, this video is not to hate on Donna Briggs. I think Donna Briggs is a woman trying to navigate this world just like everyone else. And sometimes people have greater access to things to completely do this with their lives, and that's what they want to do. So, this is no hate to anybody in this video. This is just my analysis of what I see going on. So, that is what inspired me to make this video. So we're going to talk about it. So that whole rabbit hole I went down, people, her family coming out saying, "Hey, we're her family. We're definitely black. Like we are black and blacker. Like we are not white. Like I'm her mom. This is her dad. This is her siblings." Like all of that is coming out, and we want to talk about the disassociation and association of blackness in this wide like variety of spectrum. So the problem here is that the association with lightning is in the derogatory like message towards blackness. That is what Donna Briggs is basing her white identity on, is completely being derogatory towards Blackness, right? Being like, I am not that at all. And by the way, I don't even like it. They're the problem. And the continuous lightening of the skin in combination, right, creates this narrative that Blackness is one thing, and it continues to stereotype and stigmatize what it means to be Black. When we all know, or we all should know at this point, that Blackness is limitless. Like um, there are so many different multifaceted ways in which an individual can display and be and like showcase their Blackness. It's not just one way. To be Black is not just one stereotype. It's not the angry Black woman, it's not the mammy, it's not the um it's not the bougie mulatto, which is a very problematic term, by the way. It's not the like hyper masculine buck. Like, it's not those stereotypes that we have been. It's not the welfare queen. Like, it's not those stereotypes that we have been fed. Blackness is multifaceted. And so when you have someone like Donna Briggs that is wanting to be racial and identify as white, it just begins to um affirm the stereotypes and stigmas in which the Black community has been trying to negate, because Donna feels that she herself has to choose between Blackness and whiteness, and that whiteness is the best choice because it is the way to be successful. Which, in that logic, that is to say that to be Black is not to be successful. To be Black is not to be you know, valued in society. And so that is the issue with transracial likeness. And I think a lot of it can be tied back. I mean, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. I'm thinking about my own experience growing up, always being called an Oreo. Like, I was never Black enough for the Black people. I was never white enough for the white people. So I was kind of caught in between. Like, Black people were like, oh, you don't watch 106 in Park, and you don't have own Jordans, and you don't do this, oh, you're not Black enough. And then with the white people, it's like, oh, well, like, we kind of confused because you kind of Black, and like, even though you like sound like us and you like the things we like, you're still not white enough for us. So this like juxtaposition of being the life of an Oreo, that's what I'm going to call it, creates these narratives where you have to choose either or, and you cannot exist in the in between space, because to be in the in between space is to be invisible. So I feel like that is kind of embedded in all of this. It's kind of embedded sometimes in, especially when it comes like to this transracial identity and commodification of Blackness. I feel like that is the root of the problem. And it becomes an issue when we begin to stigmatize it so much, and it becomes our own internalized like racism. Our internalized racist ideologies, to where you feel like you have to choose a winning side. In Donna Briggs' case, she felt like she had to choose whiteness because in her parameter, in her mixtures of circles, whiteness was the winning side. And to people like Rachel Dolezal, which I won't even go into that whole rabbit hole, but hers is problematic too because it continues to regurgitate the stigmatization of Blackness, and her performance of Blackness is not this multifaceted, like multi-dimensional performance. It's very one-dimensional. I mean, it's very much a stereotype. So what does this mean? This means that when you place things, or you place identity as a winning or losing side, you get people who, like Donna Briggs, choose whiteness, and you get people like Rachel Dolezal, or Amara and Ketchy, whatever she named her name now, who choose the winning side. She chose Blackness as a winning side because in her spaces, working at the NAACP and wanting to be in Black culture, performing Blackness was her win. So when you kind of limit these identities to a winner loser, you begin to isolate and marginalize so many different people who are exemplifying blackness in many different ways, right? And even whiteness, right? Within white identity, there are so many ethnicities, there's so much culture within that. Like, to be white is not singular dimension, to be black is not singular dimension. So, therefore, trying to perform an identity transracially does not work. It just doesn't work. You can lighten your skin all you want. You can wear the blonde wigs. You can do whatever you think is that performance identity. It does not work because that is not your identity. And it's the same thing with blackness and Bad Baby. Like, Bad Baby has spoken out against black women. Like, she does not like black women, but at the same time she cosplays as a black woman because of the commodification of blackness in her rap and hip hop like genre. She feels like she cannot be authentically herself, or whatever that is, by the way, because Bad Baby from is not the same Bad Baby. And I'm gonna put a picture of her, like, her Halloween costume, because she cosplayed a black woman. Like, I don't care what y'all say about lighting. She has been cosplaying blackness from her colloquial terms to the way she speaks for the longest, and no one has called her out on it. And when she does get called out on it, she's like, "Oh, this is just the way I speak. This is how I grew up." And I'm like, "No, you sound drastically different from where you started and where we are." And it's because, just like the Jenners and the Kardashians, they know that blackness, the black community, is where the money is. They know that it is the easiest culture to commodify and try to assimilate with to make money, to sell the black community, because the black community, like I've said in all my videos about the Sims, make up 34% of the buying power. That is a large percentage. That is a large piece of the pie. So everyone is trying to get in on the black community and commodify our culture to sell you something. So that is why people that try to use these transracial identities or try to commodify identity, it just does not work. It doesn't work. It only continues to perpetuate the problematic nature of our society, where we take social constructs and we deem them as all saying power, when that is not true, because it is not real. It is a fantasy in all of our heads. Race is a fantasy. Gender is a fantasy. All these things are not real. They are real in the aspect of, like, they are here, like, because they were socially constructed, but they are not like tangible, right? You cannot open my body up and be like, yeah, that girl is black. They're not biologically proven. That is gender is not biologically proven. You can open me up and be like, yes, this person is female, male, intersex. That is sex identity. But gender is a performance. Race is a social construct in which people perform, which is why you can get people to cosplay as certain races and try to, like like I said, Bad Baby, Alabama Barca, Rachel Dolezal taking blackness, and now Donna Briggs taking on whiteness and disassociating with blackness. That is how it so easily, like, trans, like, I don't even know the word, like, moves through society. And additionally, there was a story that I heard. There was a story that I heard about this young individual in which they are black and they completely disassociate with blackness in in a similar way that Donna Briggs. They haven't gone all out and done like the surgeries and the bleaching and whatever you want to call it, lightning, but in their language, in their mannerisms, they do. And they do this because they feel like to be associated with blackness is a negative and derogatory thing, and therefore they have to completely disassociate with that part of them. And that is problematic, because that kind of stems from the starting point. Like, if you watch Donna Briggs videos, That was her starting ideology, this disassociation with Blackness. But it's very weird to live in this world where I feel like Blackness is constantly um exploited it. Like everything from our hair to our nails. I was on TikTok the other day, and this white girl got braids, and like the braids look awful. I'm not even gonna lie. The braids look a mess. And when people are telling her, hey, they are not for your hair, like this style is not meant for your hair and it looks a mess, by the way, like whoever did this to you played you. And she completely ignored it. And she had a black boyfriend, by the way. So I feel like she thought her proximity to Blackness gave her like a black green card where she's able to like infiltrate the community, because her talk, everything, it just over exemplifies the black community. And I'm not going to get into this argument on who can wear braids and who can not wear braids. But if you don't know the history of braids, if you don't know the history of like just 10 years ago, this hairstyle was considered unprofessional. But now that a bunch of white people want to get it, it is now deemed acceptable. Like, if you don't know that, don't put this in your head. Like, if you don't know the history of like our culture to appreciate it, and if you did know the history, you would know why you shouldn't have it in your head and you shouldn't be wearing it in the first place, because you would appreciate it. You would appreciate the legacy of black people fighting to be accepted in our very own skin, in our very own identity. And you wouldn't want to commodify that, because in commodification of it is to be disrespectful. So that is why the argument, oh, it's just a hairstyle, does not work, because it's not just a hairstyle. It's part of our culture. It's part of who we are. Sure, there are French braids and the Scottish braids and all these different braids. That is white culture. But box braids, cornrows, not boxer braids, they're called cornrows, have a history. Our food has a history. The way we talk has a history. Our beauty, from our lashes to our baby hairs, have a history. I saw an argument on TikTok where someone was like, um, Mexicans invented baby hairs. No, baby hairs was invented by Josephine Baker. Most things that are like popular and go in and out in trend are from black women. So when are black women gonna start getting accolades? That is my problem, is that when a white woman cosplays as a black woman, everybody praises her. But when a black woman just exists as a black woman, she gets crickets. No one praises the black woman for her existence. But we praise cosplays. We praise Bad Baby. We praise the Kardashians. And that is what leads to many black people feeling like they have to accept whiteness, like Donna Briggs. So when will the toxic cycle end? And what can we do to ensure that it ends? One thing you can do is to stop supporting and stop giving accolades to these people cosplaying as black women. You can give recognition back to black women and back to black culture. I'm sorry, but everybody's full sets and like nails and lashes and stuff, that came from black women. Black women set that standard. Baby hairs came from black women. We set the beauty standard, but we are the most disrespected and overlooked people in this society. And we are called ugly. When you get surgery and you tan and you do all this stuff to look like us, and then we are get called ugly and people are calling you beautiful. That is where the confusion comes from. And I'm going to end this video by saying this. I see you. Big creators out there watching my videos, taking my content, taking my persona. Hello, I see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I'm pretty sure you watched to the end. I see you and I know what you're doing. And it's cool. I'm not here to start beef on this platform, but just know that I see you. And just like every other facet of society that disrespects black women, I hope that you can at least stop doing that and give accolades and give flowers where they deserve. So stop stealing my content, stop stealing my me, and just be yourself. make your own content. If you run out of content to make, maybe it's time to like take some time out, chill, and do some like creative meditation to expand your thought process. But stop stealing what I got to say. And that's all I got to say. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Have you seen Donna Briggs? Did you see Bad Baby's Halloween? Did you see the video of them arguing about baby hairs? If you're on TikTok, let me know. Follow me. We can send each other videos because I'm down so many rabbit holes. I just went down the baby formula rabbit hole where the lady called them the churches, and I'm flabbergasted because I used to attend Lakewood Church regularly, and they flabbergasted me. I was shocked. But anyways, it's a whole different conversation for another time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening to me. Let me know what other content you want to see from me next in the comments, and I'll look forward to chatting with you all soon.